I'm Artie Balkwill. I don't usually like talking about myself all that much. Uh, I grew up in a small town in Saskatchewan here until I was 11 or 12, and then I moved to Regina. Other than that, I'm just kind of a regular person who works and plays music on the side kind of thing. The exchange means a lot to me because all through my 20s and stuff, I played guitar, but it was always just like on the couch by myself at night, kind of watching TV, sit around and like pick up the guitar and pluck away at it or whatever. When I started working here, I started coming to more live music, obviously working here, and then I got just way more interested in it. I guess before I worked here and started hanging out here, music always seemed like something that you had to have like an education in, or something like you had to, know what you were doing to get up on stage and do this stuff. And I started coming here and seeing a lot more local musicians who were like, were just starting out, and I was just like, oh man, there's a ton of people that do this. And that's why I think this place is great, because it showcases that, and it gives people, somewhere to hang out and see that progression where it's like, oh, like I don't have to be a professional musician to get on stage and try this out. And yeah, so between working here and some of the people that I was working with encouraged me to come out and start trying to put on some shows and stuff. So yeah, that's why I chose the Exchange. It was neat seeing different crowds here every night while I was like working security. I started working security here for a year or two and then moved up to bartending eventually. But I was amazed because like I would work all these metal shows and they're just like so heavy, and all these people that the general public might think are like scary looking dudes coming in here. And I worked security here for I think 2 years, 3 years, and I can count on one hand pretty easily how many people I've had to ask to leave. And I think there's only one person I actually had to like help leave. So it's amazing to see crowds like that come together, and everybody, one night it'll be a room full of metal dudes and they're just like going nuts, and then the community that they have is like awesome to see. Even though like I'm not big on the metal scene, like it's cool to see everybody come together and like see each other and like, oh man, how are you doing, and then the next night would be like a grassroots show, and there'd be like a Scottish folk singer up on stage, and it's a whole different community of people. It's really cool to see that, and to be a part of it. And after I started working here and seeing more shows, I started coming to more myself. I was just kind of in a bit of a dark place in my life, and I was living by myself, and so I would come to shows here as like kind of a way to get out of the house, but not really have to interact with people either. So I'd come to like punk shows on the club side. So I was like, you know what, I can stand in a crowd and be with all these people and have fun and get everything off my mind, but not really have to deal with people at the same time. So it became kind of like a little bit of an escape for me that way. Yeah. I know it's scary, but like we have a pretty good music scene here. And even when you go out there and you don't know what you're doing, which is still me to a large degree usually, everybody is super friendly. You're going to meet so many cool people and nice people just like hanging out and playing shows and getting to know people. I'd also add that like you don't have to be 17 to like start playing music. I didn't play my first show until I was 32, I think, 31, 32. And funnily enough, I was standing at the bar with somebody one time after one of my first shows here. And he's a guy that I have a lot of respect for as a musician. And he walked up to me and he's like, hey man, I caught your show. I didn't really know him that well. And he's like, I just want to say, man, it's really brave to see you like at your age come out and start playing some shows. I was like, man, I'm 32, not like 75, but it's never too late to start playing music if you want to start, All right, this song, the first one I'm going to sing is called Broken Bones. I actually wrote it out in White Butte Trails. I was driving out there because I needed to get out of the house. I'm like, I gotta find some inspiration somewhere or something. So like, I went out there and I was like, I'm gonna write some like nice folk song. I'll go sit out in the trees. And there's like a whole mess of construction between like Regina and White City at the time. So by the time I got there, I was like so frustrated that I think I just ended up writing like this blues song that's a lot darker than I meant to write. But yeah, so it's Broken Bones. It's kind of about putting in the work and not cutting corners and stuff, because it won't pay out in the end kind of thing, Yeah. So this is Broken Bones. Well, now chase me round and round, oh darling, round and round we go. And I've been down this low before, I ain't no stranger here. You broke my heart and you broke my nose, yeah, you broke them bones. So chase me round and round, oh darling, round and round we go. Chase me round we go. Broken bones, broken bones, broken bones, gonna heal my soul. Broken bones, broken bones, broken bones, gonna heal my soul. Well, I've got nowhere to be, oh darling, hey, I've got no light to see. Got this old guitar in tune outside Dockery. I saw him on the crossroad coming through, his eyes looked dead at me. Got nowhere to be, oh darling, hey, I've got no light to see. There ain't no light for me. Broken bones, broken bones, broken bones, gonna heal my soul. Well, my heart is leaving me, oh darling, I miss my misery. Got these voices in my head that never let me sleep. Never give me any rest, they spread like a disease. My heart is leaving me, oh darling, hey, I miss my misery, my peaceful misery. Broken bones, broken bones, broken bones, gonna heal my soul. The next song I'm going to play, I think it's going to be Younger Man. I went on like a trip a little while ago, and I went through a little bit of like the north part of Africa and some of Spain and stuff, and this is kind of, I guess, a song written from a point of view of me when I'm older and looking back at like some of the situations I got myself into and different things like that. So yeah, the song is Younger Man. When I was a younger man, I walked every mile of the southern land. When I was a southern man, when I was a southern man. And when I was a younger man, I made every meal with my own two hands. When I was a mountain man, when I was a mountain man. When I was a younger man, I never held no fear in my head. When I was a braver man, when I was a harder man, and when I was a younger man, I never fell in line with roads. When I was a wandering man, when I was a traveling man, when I was a younger man. All right, the next song I'm going to sing is called Light of Day. It's kind of about, I wrote it over the course of a super long time. I think it's one of the first songs I wrote or started writing. And before I really put any effort into writing songs, and I would just hang out on the couch and play guitar. And so it's slowly kind of cobbled together over a few years. It's just kind of about redemption. I think me coming out of my early 20s, mid-20s, and liking to party a lot, and kind of growing up a little bit. And just kind of getting my stuff together. And so this is Light of Day. It's a long, dark road. Got only the devil standing in my way. It's a long, dark road. Got only the devil standing in my way. But I'm gonna walk on by, man. You know I'm still searching for that light of day. Said my God, he don't love me no more. Yeah, my God, he don't love me no more. Seen all the wicked that I've done. He turned his eyes to the floor. It's a cold, lonely road. Got only the devil calling my name. It's a cold, lonely road. Got only the devil screaming my name. But I'm gonna push on through, man. No, I'm still searching for that light of day. Said I'm gonna walk on by. I'm gonna push on through, yeah. 'Cause I can't wait for that bright shining day. That big old sun's gonna shine my blues away. The next song I'm gonna sing here is Sucker for Lines, and it's about somebody who's a sucker for lines. Well, I was lying when I told you that I was doing just fine. Oh, I'm doing about as good as a man can do while he's crying. And I believed you when you told me that I could have you in time. Oh, I bought every word, 'cause I'm a sucker for lines. And yeah, I bought every word, 'cause I'm a sucker for lines. So take me back to the north, where the northern lights soar in my heart. Can't forget that I loved you at all. And I was lying in this empty bedroom, just going out of my mind. Oh, there's no more dreams without your head next to mine. And I believed you when you said you loved me. Yeah, 'cause it made you cry, your tears on both of our cheeks. My heart was yours every time, and your tears on both of our cheeks. My heart was yours every time. I was lying in this burned out basement, just contemplating my crimes. I sent his soul up to heaven so your heart could be mine. And I believed you when you told me that you would meet me in the pines. Oh, I bought every word, 'cause I'm a sucker for lines. And yeah, I bought every word, 'cause I'm a sucker for lines. Take me back to the north, where the northern lights soar in my heart. And forget that I loved you at all. This is a newer song that I wrote. I haven't played it a whole lot yet. It's called Familiar Strangers. I wrote it directly before COVID, kind of. I played it a couple times and then I set it down because I haven't played much music since all the quarantine stuff happened. So I'm going to give it a rip for you today and see how it goes. I've made sweet love the bad choices, left me here to feeling something's owed, and I felt the weight of redemption drive me down, make splinters of my bones. And I've been confused for a while now. I'm pacing here and roosted in my mind. In protest, I give in to my thoughts. They age me now, so much more than time. But we are familiar strangers, low-lying shadows in these places we once stood. But now my fear is my danger, and I hold it high, so much higher than I should. I've been accused by rare voices of crimes of which I do not have the means. I stagger in and disrupt horizons, backlit shadow walking nameless down the street. And I've made small talk with my demons. They tell me I've got nothing left to lose. I learned my lessons the hard way. When there's nothing left, that's where the work begins. We are familiar strangers, still frame memories of what we once understood. But now my fear is in danger. Yeah, blow by blow, knocked back into the soot. We are familiar strangers. We are familiar strangers. We are familiar strangers. We are strangers. All right, so this last song I got here for you is called To the Sea. Well, it was love that brought me to your arms. Yeah, but fear led me to the sea. And fear, it set me free. Well, the wind's in my mind, but I can still hear the chimes. So it's time that I set my sail, and I'll make for the sea in a somber tone, in search of the light to guide me back home. 'Cause it was love that brought me to your arms. Yeah, but fear led me to the sea. And fear led me to the sea. With fear in my heart, shake my fist at the clouds. Why won't you let me be? Washed up on the beach, my conscience in tow, in search of the light to guide me back home. It was love that brought me to your arms. Yeah, but fear brought me to my knees. Yeah, and fear brought me to my knees. So I'll struggle and I'll fight for a little more time. 'Cause I can't leave you. And I'll sail in my mind, searching for a sign. 'Cause I still love you. I actually was talking to somebody the other day who I think I was talking about working here, and there's like, oh wow, that place is still open. I was like, yeah, man, they have like they do stuff. Well, maybe not in the last few months, but like all the time. There's awesome stuff happening here, and I feel like a common thing you hear around Saskatchewan or Regina is people saying like, oh, there's never anything to do around here, in Saskatchewan. But there's so much to do, like every night. You could look at the Artesian or here or the German Club or, whatever your favorite genre of music is, there's usually, some kind of venue that's going to be hosting something. If you just go and look for it, there's music almost every night of the week in Regina. And there's always stuff to do. There's other things. There's art shows. Places like the Creative City Center have like a mixed use space. They have great cheese at their art openings, and it's free. You should check it out. Yeah, and they're just like these wonderful little rooms run like by so many volunteers, and people that just love to be there. They're there because they want to be there, and it's infectious being around people like that all the time. It's part of the reason I worked at the Exchange, and I work at the Artesian. I volunteer for Folk Fest. It's just great to be around people that are where they want to be, you know? And that's the venues that we have here, because without, you know, the support that they get, they do have to run on volunteers. And not that that's a terrible thing, but I think when all the quarantine and all this stuff ends, I think it's time to, you know, everybody can get out of the house, pick a local venue, you know, pick something you want to see. Don't wait for AC/DC to come to town to get out of the house, you know. You'll find stuff that you like. I found so much stuff that I like just walking into random shows and just taking it in.